Kick the cable out. There we go.
Yeah,
And we're back!
Oh.
so I think there's a thing
Oh
that...
no, it's gone out again.
Oh.
What's going on? We're gonna...
Uh,
Oh, okay. Why is it being annoying? You know what? We're gonna... Alright, give it a second, guys. We'll see if it stays with us. Maybe? Maybe?
yeah?
Seems okay. I don't want to buy more internet.
Yes.
Simon, buy us
Simon, can we
more.
afford more
Simon,
internet?
more
Yeah,
internet.
okay. Well, no, it's a common problem in the art team, right? Because they've got to balance performance and fidelity. And I think, when you put an environment in the build that's too big, it increases file size and crashes. And I think that might have been what happened here.
Yeah.
So I need to optimize my picture because
Yep.
it crashed the screen.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
Awkwardly. Right.
Fine.
as I was saying, if you guys have any questions for Simon, this is your chance.
I think John covered most of it.
What's
right?
that? Oh, you might have different answers. Your favorite food could
Yeah,
be different.
what's your bottoms up story, Simon?
My
Yeah.
bottoms up story. What's that?
Your rags to riches.
My
Your
rags to
rags to
riches story.
Simon,
The
how
real
tall
one
are
or the
you?
made up one?
Sorry, boyfriend's asking how tall you are.
How tall I am? I'm 182 centimeters. So that's
Ah.
6 foot, I guess.
I
Wow.
don't know.
Yeah.
Seems
Something like
close.
How does it
This
feel
is-
to
this
be
side.
How does it feel to be a hero, Simon?
A hero? Who's calling me a hero?
The Cat King.
The
Thank
Cat
you,
King.
Cat King. It might be a bit exaggerated.
Nah, I think it's right on the money.
I don't know. One day, hopefully I'll know. How many,
Okay, hold on a second. We've got one from...
how many rings for Stronghold 16? I think it's 16 million.
Oh my god.
No?
You just made like half our players rage quit.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that quoted everywhere now.
yeah,
I
16
thought we discussed
million
this, guys.
rings.
Come on.
Stretch goals. Stretch goals.
Backs Attacks is asking Simon, what makes it insanely great to lead Space Ape?
The people, really. You get to work with awesome people. We've got great artists. We've got great technical people. Learn something
has
new every
to
day.
say
We have amazing financiers.
We have amazing finance people.
Yeah.
Background.
Oh, Joe,
Yeah.
do you want to come say hi?
No, it's just hanging out with really talented people doing really fun stuff.
I like it.
I need to come up with a more inspired answer.
It was good. It was good.
Patience is a virtue. It's true. Are you going to be able to save up extra rings just by knowing the exact amount? This is...
Is that for Simon?
No. See what they did a lot with John as well? They just kind of like bypassed questions for John. We're like, tell us about this specific thing in game. So...
We can do that too, though.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm lined up for all kinds of arcade trivia.
fair enough.
Throw random stuff out there.
What's that? Oh, right. We were talking about Father Frost. Simon, what are your thoughts on Father Frost?
So, I think Father Frost is awesome. It's very cold.
He's
Doesn't
very
look
cold.
anything like Father Christmas.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't know why anyone would see that.
In fact, it was, we said the brief to the artist were actually make something that looks very un-Christmassy because
Yes.
we don't want to, we don't want to be that game or a global game. It's
Yep.
not. So, Father Frost was their answer to that. Looking forward to his special powers of eating children, wasn't it?
Well, we don't actually know what he does with them after he freezes
After he
them.
freezes them, yeah.
So-
Maybe
Lollipop.
I was about to say like an icicle.
You were about to get really
Yeah.
gruesome there. I could. Oh.
We've got another question from Bandito66. Question. Do you have specific developers for each of the different games from Space Ape? And do you only develop real-time strategy games?
Yes and no. So each of the games have their own dedicated team. So at the moment, I think there's something like 20 people working on Rival Kingdoms, something like that. Maybe a bit less on Samurai. So everyone works on one game. there are some functions that cover multiple games. So, for example, there's the community and marketing teams. They'll work across games. But if you're a developer or a designer or a product manager, you're generally dedicated to a single game because then you can get really deep into it. Now, it might be you move around, so someone might do 6 months on Siege and then move on to Rival Kingdoms or vice versa. So, but yeah, it's always better to just be working on one game, I think.
Sorry, did you already tell us you're from the bottom to top story?
No.
Okay, Shawnee wants to know.
Bottom to top is like my life story, is that it?
It's like, how'd you start at the bottom and then get here? But like, really quickly if you can.
Okay, so...
I mean, you can take as much time
Well,
as
he's
you
from the
want,
southern
but
hemisphere,
it's-
so
So, got a plane. I guess my mum was a computer programmer. So when I was growing up, she had us making computer games. We weren't allowed to buy computer games. We had to make our own. So it was like pretty brutal like that. We weren't allowed to buy- so I was making games really early. I then, at the end of school, I naturally studied law. But I also studied IT. So at the end, got a job as a lawyer, but working for tech companies. So there are a lot of tech industries that are getting regulated in Australia at the time. And I moved over to London and then got a job at Skype. So I was at Skype really early on for about 5 or 6 years. And then I went and worked at Playfish, where I met John and a lot of the developers here, and then we started Space Ape after a few years. So
that was good.
that's the story.
That was good.
Yeah.
There's the.
I
Finally
learned
got to work in
something.
games eventually.
Thank
Well,
you,
thank you.
Simon, for joining. Do you have any questions for the community?
Yeah. What? How much do you want Stronghold 16? I'm
I think
sure we can make it happen.
is that the guy saying 20 million rings?
Yeah, I think
20
so.
million. Yeah.
All right,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's what it said.
Oh, we tease.
All right.
We tease.
Yes.
And after the stream, me and Charmy are just gonna go cry in a corner.
Yeah, no, I know. Although I don't really have any questions because we get so much feedback. It's not
Yeah.
like
I don't
it's not
want
like
to.
you guys are shy about telling us what you think.
I don't want to take responsibility of the ring costs because somebody might murder me later. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. So ring costs probably not going to answer tonight anyway. So
Probably finance Joe's.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, unfortunately,
awesome.
Joe doesn't want to come on stream. Otherwise, like we would tell you, but we just don't know.
I mean, you can basically see his head back there,
yeah,
but
you can see his head in the distance. Anyways,
we should probably stop making fun of the guy who pays our paycheck. Just
probably. Probably yes. Right. So, sorry, question from Durzobek. Mithril question. I know
Mithril.
a lot of you guys have had questions about.
yes, please ask
Mithril.
questions about Mithril. We'll be happy to clear them up.
Yeah, this is your chance. Mithril answered. From Durzobek. Apart from the trials, what chests are rewarding Mithril? Thanks.
So, Mithril will come from.
Tell them, don't tell me.
Yeah, I just still feel weird talking to the camera.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, camera. Mithril will come from a couple places. The key places are the Ancient Trial, which we introduced, and that was to make sure that everyone could get kind of a jump start into Mithril and really play around with it, experience with it. And then,
Not really a jump start, to be fair.
look,
but-
I got it the first couple hours. So you have to get some Ancients to level 35. That's not a big deal. So
Not
there's
if
those.
you don't have Aegis. Anyway,
How do you not have
I
Aegis?
do not have Aegis. I've used
Aegis,
I've
if you don't
opened
have
all
Aegis-
my loyalty chests.
Aegis is from the
It's-
loyalty chest.
yes.
You should donate to your kingdom and get Aegis. Apparently, Charmy didn't
I've
do
donated
this.
so much.
So,
They gave me Raider spot this week.
so the next place that you'll want to hunt for Mithril are your daily campaigns. So don't get confused. It is from the daily campaign. So the one on the map that you have to participate in and complete the 3 missions. That also gives you great starting mana and also has a chance to give you a really cool ancient. And then finally, they will show up a lot in events. And we're not going to be that stingy with it, so you should see quite a few throughout the months moving forward. And then there will be occasional really limited promotions for it.
Yeah.
Do you have to
So-
complete all 3 of the daily quests? Or-
Yes, to get to the
Yeah,
chest.
so you have to get the
Struggle
chest
with
at
the
the
third
end.
one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
daily campaigns are still quite difficult. even though we've nerfed them like 3 times in a row, and it's still just it's like a razor's edge. We're afraid it's just gonna get like ridiculously easy, so we're still tuning that.
Fair enough. Bax attacks and actually Batusai have a similar question about the catapult density. Is it really stun? Sorry, does it really stun for a full second, or is it shorter than that?
I haven't tried.
It says a second. We assume it's a second.
Yeah. If you don't think so, send in a ticket.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's the best thing to do because we keep track of those as bugs.
Yeah.
And I know when you wrote, there might be some conflicting info on the wiki, so we'll check that out for sure and make sure it's updated.
If you ever have doubts between info in-game and info in the wiki, in-game is the trusted source. We keep that as up to date as possible. It's much easier for us to keep that up to date, and yeah.
But the wiki is really great.
The wiki is
as
really
well.
good.
It's a great wiki.
From Ehil Gendorf, again, the one I can't pronounce.
I think that's why they keep choosing him.
When does the next arena season start? What's the reward?
So the next arena season will start very imminently. We just want to take a look at how the previous arena season went and make sure that we learn anything we can from those results. So.
Yeah, we're still balancing some values, deciding on the reward, but yeah, we're very close.
Mimixa is asking Space Monkeys, which is funny actually. We enjoy that.
Cute.
When is the next Malice event?
What
The
do you
next
mean?
Malice event.
You already have Malice. Oh, maybe you don't have Malice.
Maybe not.
Is that what you mean? Do you have Malice?
I have Malice.
I have Malice, but we know not everybody has Malice. Malice will make an appearance. We're not entirely sure yet, but he'll make a reappearance.
She.
Oh shit!
She.
I always screw that up. She.
It's a common mistake, even amongst arcade team members.
True. Although I remember everybody getting pretty excited about Malice and like calling her sexy and stuff. So clearly.
That's really
Do
strange.
you not remember that? Pre-streams back?
She's like all snarly with like bare teeth and like kind of flayed skin
She's
and like
badass.
really scary eyes. That's not
She's
sexy
cool.
though. That's just like kind of.
Oh my god.
Andrew's superficial. Anyways, Yukup Mania is asking, any chance Mythworld defense can be dispelled?
Not at this time. I mean, we're always coming up with new ancient designs, and so I mean maybe, but right now we don't have any plans to do anything like that with Mythworld defenses.
Mythrol's so new, we're still
Yeah.
keeping an eye on it, making sure everything's working.
Right. And Foanchie is asking, when we buy stones, can they be separated from the 5 counting? Not a Mythrol question.
No, that is not a Mythrol question. Thank you for that keen observation. They want to know if when they buy battle stones, can they go into their inventory?
Oh. Actually, we get this a lot, and we do want to do that.
Basically like an inventory.
I think we have plans to do that.
Yeah, there are some edge cases to consider and what scenarios and what goes where.
Yeah.
It's very similar to how we handle golden rings differently at some points. So yeah, we are thinking about it.
We get that feedback a lot. So yeah, we're definitely looking into that one.
And then Go Gators 2012 is asking about event ancients, and basically if you don't get the ancient in the event, is there ever going to be another chance to get the ancient? And the answer to that is most likely for a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean we have plans. Every ancient from an event eventually will reappear in the game. For example, Yagumo was in an event. He's now in the game. Do we have any? Bainma. Oh no, Bainma made a reappearance.
Bainma came back.
So yeah, there's going to be a flow where they do eventually get there. Obviously, if you participate in the event, you get kind of first dibs at it. You get to play with the ancient a lot longer. You get there first. You know, so there are a lot of reasons to try and participate in the events.
And another mithril question from Lycan. If you have multiple catapults with density with the stuns, will the stuns stack, or is it like Spell Tower?
This is totally an Alex question. This is a bit more detailed than my knowledge goes. My guess would be that it is going to use the same mechanics. Otherwise, you could result in a scenario where you're just like chain stunned, and that is actually, we made the changes to the Frost Tower to avoid this because we didn't like the idea that you could have 2 Frost spell towers on Primus Con. It was just chain freezing your whole army, and we're like, that's not fun. So I really doubt Alex allowed that when he did it, but we
Right.
would really have to ask the expert.
And unfortunately, Alex is sick. Otherwise,
He's
I'm
quite
sure he
sick,
would like
actually.
to join us. Yeah, really bad. Poor guy. Sooner Toucan is asking, from a development perspective, how difficult is it to add a new ancient?
So it's not that difficult from a development perspective. The difficult part actually comes from what Alex does, where he creates the skills and balances them and tries to make them unique and interesting and not just copy pasting the same ancients over and over again. So we have Martin, who was on our stream last week. We could give him like the vaguest prompt in the world, and he will draw us an amazing ancient, which is the artwork you always see in game. And then from there, it's getting some simple icons and rigging it up is not that hard for our client developers. The real challenge is in the skills and the balance. But it's not incredibly long.
Another from Alphabet Achille. Will Father Frost be possible for more people than 75 teams worth to get? The last event was extremely upsetting that the max number of people who could possibly get Legendary was so small.
All right, so let's
I'll
be
break
fair.
it down for you guys.
Let's be fair here, because this is really critical. So first off, the ancient that is legendary, you got as your first ancient for free with no effort at all. So you had Stalric already, and we actually gave everybody a Nier at the very beginning of the event. So no. We made sure that you got an ancient during the event. I know some people don't like playing with a Nier, and that's fine. That's your choice. But yeah, we aren't going to be handing out legendaries to everyone. Like, we will be quite generous with some of the other ancients and how to get them, but we really do want the legendaries to be special. And Malice was our first legendary, and we learned a lot from that, and we want to make sure that we can make the legendaries as powerful as they deserve to be, only if they have this sense of rarity. And so we have to try and maintain that value.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, this is kind of the first event after Malice where you saw legendary materials. There will be more events. So, if you didn't get your chance this time, maybe next time is your chance. Don't lose hope.
And I think maybe last question before we actually do show them a little bit of Stronghold 16, and then maybe we'll take a couple questions and wrap it up. How do you guys feel about that?
Sure.
I want us to do my top 3.
Oh no! Wait, Jeremy's top 3. I almost forgot. There's so much stuff today. Okay, we're gonna do Charmy's top 3, and then we're gonna do Stronghold 16
Yes.
and take a couple questions and then wrap it up.
So one of the things we do, I do, as part of my job, Andrew does too, but we kind of monitor a lot of data that you guys generate from playing. One of the things that we're able to see is how kind of well our ancients do in battle. We can see what kind of win rate that they have against other players. So, but the thing with that is, like, sometimes there are ancients that are quite powerful that you guys don't really realize are as powerful as they are, because you have your favorites and you want to play them. So I thought I would do the most underrated ancients, top 3.
I like it.
Except I wrote it down somewhere and I didn't bring it, so I have to remember it.
Okay. And maybe we can get Andrew to pull them up as you're talking about them.
Yes.
Sure.
Andrew,
like
can
it.
you play ancients on the fly?
Yes.
Okay.
What will it be?
So, number 3. I wanted a drum roll, but okay. Is Zilla. Remember Zilla?
How could we forget Zilla?
How could we forget Zilla? She used to be one of our favorites, and then something happened. and it caused a lot of heartbreak. But actually, actually, if you look at the win rate, Zilla is still very, very powerful, guys. So if you have your Zilla stashed somewhere, sitting in a corner, gathering dust, you might want to brush her. You might want to bring her out.
Just imagine her like curled up like a snake, like malnourished, kind of shaking, all scrawny. Very ancient-y.
Yeah. So
Dust her off.
there you go. Dust her off.
Do you want another drum roll?
Wait. Let me remember what the second one was.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
Second one is Ember Claw.
You went the wrong.
Ember Claw's mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ember Claw's
my
your
favorite,
ancient?
yeah.
Okay, well, so Ember Claw, as an ancient, as a dragon, maybe, I don't know, I haven't really looked at the dragon stats in a while, but as an ancient, actually, Ember Claw is quite powerful. So
Oops.
if you have Ember Claw as an ancient, and you've been playing with her anyway because of your trials, then there you go. Ember Claw does quite well in the ranks. Oh, actually, I have 4 because I was.
Okay.
Four?
Charmion's 4
Outrageous.
ancients. All right.
Because I just remembered who I was gonna choose instead of Ember Claw. Okay.
Drum
Number
roll.
2.
3.
2 is Kestra.
Okay.
This one really
where is she?
surprised me.
Where is she? I'm getting there. You talk.
Yeah, Kestra really
Kestra.
surprised me actually because I don't know, she's one of the ones that you get when you're quite a low B, right? And she tends to get ignored. But considering her superior status, she does quite well. So if you're a new player and you're wondering which ancient you should kind of focus on, maybe Kestra is your girl.
I always liked Kestra because of the second spell. Basically, you just take control of someone's defense and it fights for you. And there's some times where it ended really well for me when I was at the lower castle levels.
And she's also a favorite amongst cosplayers. That's just
All right.
Just Vicky dressed up as anyway. And then finally number 1. Let's get some drum roll because this one was surprising as well.
Simon's favorite. We'll do Simon's favorites at the end of the show.
Is Nyrax.
Nyrax?
Yes.
What?
What?
So again,
Simon doesn't agree.
another surprise. Nyrax also quite powerful, and also an ancient available quite early on. So there you go. If you're new to Rival Kingdoms, maybe the choice you might want to make is Nyrax or Kestra.
I remember before Stronghold 10, my kingdom was all about Nyrax. And then we hit a point where we couldn't one-shot defenses with it. And then we all had to graduate reluctantly to something else. I think, maybe this is a candidate for an Ascension material.
Yeah, he's super cool looking.
I do like the art.
I think that was one of my first favorites as well.
He's very unique compared to the other ancients.
Yes. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that little segment.
Yeah, a lot of them are like, those are terrible. But
Oh, please, they're going to be like
So
Jow.
what's the criteria for making your list, Charlie?
It's from real data.
No, so we opened our ancient results in Tableau, and we looked at it, and basically what we're seeing is ancients with a high win percentage that we generally hear from the community are not good. So we won't disclose what the win percentage is, but the gap between, say, Zhao, Solric, Taliesin, the guys at the community are really like, oh, these are the overpowered ones. It's really just not that big. It's not what you would expect. So I imagine in a lot of people's minds, the win rate for Nyrax is like 2%, and Zhao is 99%, but in reality, they are much, much closer than that.
Yeah. Do you think that's across the board? Because I would have thought Kestra might be maybe that's there because you used them earlier on. But.
Yeah, it definitely varies. Like we definitely didn't spend like 6 hours digging through the data at every angle we could, but I've done my trials and I've definitely beaten Stronghold 15s because I forgot to change my ancient. With some of the ones I didn't expect to be able to. Like, I went against a Stronghold 15 Sentinel with Kestra, and I was like, oh, I'm going to lose. But then I used Confuse a lot and pulled through. So it definitely works. It's just you have to think a little differently.
And by the way, this data was pulled on players with above 5,000 honor, which means
Yeah.
Okay. That answers it then.
yes.
Arena.
Gotcha. Well,
I can keep using Emberclaw for many years. Don't let anyone use.
before you get there, yeah, fair enough.
But not for long, Simon, because Stronghold.
Oh,
I
Stronghold
thought you were going to say you're
16.
nerfing Emberclaw.
No, we just...
Okay, cool.
By the way, thanks to everybody for tuning in. We've loved getting all your questions. It's really great. And I know some of you have been talking about ascending 4-veil as well. Is that something that is potentially might happen? And
Yes.
then we'll get to Stronghold 16. And thank you for your top 3, top 4.
Yeah, some of you guys are like, you're lying. I'm actually.
She's not lying.
Data
I saw
doesn't
it.
lie.
saw
Yeah,
it.
it really doesn't lie. So, yeah, I mean, just give it a try. If you don't like the ancient, you don't have to stick with it, yo.
Yeah, my kingdom, I remember when Zhao was up and coming, when he was the new kid on the block, and my kingdom was like, oh, someone just beat me with Zhao, I'm going to switch. And I was like, and then I told him, I was like, oh, if you want that same effect, you should try Soul Rick. And this was like 2 months ago, and now everyone's like all about the Soul Rick because they're like, oh, Soul Rick's so good.
Yeah,
And I
you
was
guys
like,
totally didn't realize how good Solric was
Yeah.
until these events, so.
Alrighty.
but anyways, to answer the question, 4-veil Ascension materials, yes. Upcoming shortly,
Yes.
actually.
Okay, I like it. So, right, should we do a little bit of...
I have
Know what
no
that
idea
means.
what you mean.
Andrew knows perfectly well what I mean, but he's pretending that he doesn't.
I would never do that.
He does it all the time. Right, so Stronghold 16. You're going to get your first look at Stronghold 16 right here.
That's right. So, yeah.
You didn't make my hat.
That's
Oh, wait,
for
that's
next
the
week. Come on, now you've given away the surprise already. Hats will be made for next week. Because next week is going to be all Stronghold 16. So all your questions answered, at least the ones that we can answer. But you're going to get a little, at least all your questions attempted to be answered. But we're going to do a little preview for you now so you can get your first look of it. Anything you guys want to say before we show them?
Yeah, I wanted to say that we wanted to time Stronghold 16 now because next year is 2016. So we thought Stronghold 16, 2016.
Gosh, they're just gonna realize like how lame we are now. That was like a good internal joke, not a great external joke.
I just
Yeah, I don't know if
delivered it
that's gonna
poorly.
carry.
It's fine.
All right, any other preface before we show them Stronghold 16? Dead silence. Cool. All right.
Well,
so
see,
let's-
nobody else has better ideas, so.
I was just thinking, like, I don't know if there's anything you want to say before they, you know.
Oh.
Well,
Go ahead, ladies first.
so we say this, we're saying this a lot internally, is that this is a step change level up for your defenses. So kind of up until Stronghold 15, the way we do our defense stats a little bit incrementally, but Stronghold 16 is going to be a big change for us. And that's why offensively, we not have, oh, okay, fine, don't say it.
What?
Offensive,
I have no idea what you want.
so in preparation for Stronghold 16, we're also going to have some offensive. You're going to be able to level up your troops, not just once, but twice, so that you'd be able to upgrade yourself offensively in line with the defenses. Does that make sense? I can't talk today. Yeah?
There will be more troop levels in the blacksmith.
Right. Okay, that part, yes. I remember. I was like, what? Oh, okay, yeah. I got it.
Damn it.
Level, sorry. Okay, cool. We'll show you off a little bit of Stronghold 16, and then we'll take a couple questions, then we're going to wrap because we've run slightly over. But then next week, all Stronghold 16.
Sure, why not?
Andrew's gonna wear a hat. It's gonna be good. All right, here you go, guys.
Wait, we're all wearing hats.
Andrew's gonna wear a hat, and here you go. Hey arcade players, you've been prodding us about it, posting on our social media, asking in every stream. It's what you've all been waiting for. Today we're going to give you an early sneak peek of the game changer coming to Rival Kingdoms. Stronghold 16 is a step change in defensive capability. Combined with the newest feature, Mithril, Stronghold 16 will make you more powerful on defense than was ever possible before. You can get SH16 by upgrading normally. Storing up golden rings, this is the place to invest them. Castle 16 will also allow you to bring your walls to level 12. You'll also be able to upgrade your blacksmith and troops at level 15 to help you contend with this new fierce tier of defense. For a more in-depth look at what Stronghold 16 has to offer, how it'll impact your combat strategy, and exactly when you can get your hands on it, make sure to tune in to our live stream next Thursday at 7 p.m. GMT. Get ready for legendary defense. We should say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, well.
What?
So, there, see?
You've caught on to something.
Oh my god. Well, ring prices may vary. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's like the scene in Jurassic Park when it says objects in this mirror may appear closer than they actually are, or farther, or whatever it is. That's like ring prices.
Yeah, so
Awkward. Yeah.
anytime we make these sort of like early view release sort of videos, sneak peeks, none of the stats and stuff are final, so all of that stuff could change.
Yeah.
Which is probably something I'll include in the video before we put it out. Which I'm getting like that.
And also
but
some
yeah.
of the art isn't entirely final either, so it will look better, even better in the game. I think the Stronghold looks great.
The stronghold looks really
beautiful.
Yeah, Stronghold looks
Definitely
amazing.
looks killer. So just before we go, if there's any sort of first questions you guys have about Stronghold 16, and again, don't worry about the the stats you saw because those could change. Then let us know.
Are they asking right now?
Not
There's a
yet.
delay.
They're commenting as well. So
They are talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have to freak out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Does anyone think there should be more gold on it? We got enough gold.
I think it needs more gold.
More gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
pretty
more,
gold.
maybe more
I'll have to
gold.
talk to the artist about getting more gold in there.
Mrs. Rogers 12. One question. Ring cost.
Wow, you just got trolled.
LOL.
Steve Soft. Yeah, that video will go onto YouTube, but we wanted to share it with you guys first.
Because you're our favorites.
Yeah, we love that you guys tune in and actually interact with us live. So we figured you guys are the first to get the sneak peek, and you'll see it on YouTube tomorrow and probably in game. All right, everybody's calming down now about the, about the cost. Pulaboo says, "SA, take my credit card now." Turn this gold color. Sorry, what's that? No prizes today. We could do like a little last minute trivia. Andrew's like, no. Andrew's always the Grinch when it comes to prizes. But which he isn't really. Like, he does give stuff away, but he gives me a hard time.
You're
about
just
it.
never prepared for it. Like, if she actually came to me like 3 days in advance, that
I do sometimes. Usually it's the day of.
or like, at the end of the stream.
Oh yeah, but they just asked. I wasn't planning to do prizes, but they
Do you
just
do
asked.
anything
I
that
like to
someone
please
asks
the
you to do?
people. I like to please.
See, now you're
people.
making me, you're vilifying me.
Yeah.
You're vilifying
It's the
me.
whole good cop, bad cop thing. It has to. You
I
understand?
just sat in the middle. I don't know what
She's
to do.
Switzerland. Oh man. Oh, sorry. The question
Wow,
from.
they really know you now. Like, watch out, you cry.
Question is Stronghold 16 the end of the line?
End of the line. That's those are some strong words.
Yeah.
End of the
Yeah,
line.
we don't like thinking about that. That makes me sad. There's never an end of the line.
Is 2016
Right.
the end of the line?
Oh.
It depends, yeah. If you think it's the end of the, they said that in 2002 and nothing really happened, so always a disappointment.
New kingdom projects. Once an entire kingdom reaches level 16.
Wait, what does that mean? Are they saying
That seems.
is that an idea that?
It seems like a proposal.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Proposal
Is it
slash
a
question.
proposal?
So if we put quite a bit of development into making a new feature that was only for kingdoms that only had all stronghold 16s, like even the top kingdoms, they have squires and people that they're friends and family. So I think that's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
that's-
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know who would get that. I feel
'Cause
like
then what would you do if you had like a player in your kingdom that couldn't quite get there? Would you just like heartlessly kick them out?
I would, yeah, but my biggest fear there would be like there'd be like the two top kingdoms, and each of them have like a couple that aren't 16, and then they would just like swap around until one was all 16.
Yeah.
So much drama.
Yeah, you guys.
Actually.
You guys swap kingdoms all the time too. Yeah.
Smurf Odyssey is asking, will the true portals have 2 levels as well?
Portals. I'm not sure what that one. I need to check.
That's a
I
TBA.
don't think so. It's defense only, right? Except, well,
Oh yeah, no, I don't think so. No. Yeah.
Probably not. But we'll double
Probably
check
not.
And get back to you
Yes.
next week. How about
there's a
that?
lot of buildings. Like I know when you're interacting with
Yeah.
them, but we're actually trying to think about like all of them through all of the different levels.
Yeah, it's
So-
a gigantic spreadsheet. So
And what about troops?
New troops or new?
New troops.
No new troops.
But new
Troop levels.
New troop levels, right? Yes. Anything else you can say about that?
They are stronger.
Okay. And then also Zenobia and Finchi are asking, are you going to buff Royal Mint so that it's as useful as Raid or Sentinel position?
So we've talked about this a couple times. There's nothing specific in the works. Generally, personally, when I think about this, if you're a lord, then you tend to be the kind of person who likes that position. Like you are a people person. You like interacting with you keeping your kingdom online. My lords are always like messaging me, like they're very active. So I see that more as the role, and you also get some nice powers, some nice perks. Like you are the one who decides when the kingdom starts, and you have a little bit of influence.
yeah, so your role is a very social one. We think the power is social. But if you have ideas on how to make the Lord role even better, yeah, give
Yeah.
us a call. No, don't actually call us.
You really have to be doing it for the love of it.
Right,
I get
yeah.
so much hassle whenever I'm a lord. People wanting to do this,
Yeah.
and do that. You've got to be
Can I
in it
get
for the
Raider?
love.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get Raider? Hey, can I? Hey,
Exactly.
hey.
No
can I
amount
get
of
Raider?
gold can make it.
Exactly.
Make
Yeah.
it worthwhile.
It'd be pretty hard.
I agree. I think we definitely would like to do things with kingdom roles, but it's always complicated because, like, if we changed one kingdom role, the whole balance of the game is affected. I wanted to make something for the outcasts, but
Yeah.
no
The
good.
underdogs. Reza604, will there be 2 dragon roosts in the future? Maybe one for defense? Dragon for defense and map?
I don't think so. So one of the issues, like we've had this question quite a few times, why doesn't my dragon defend? Why does my dragon defend? And actually there's a whole slew of reasons for that. I mean, we'd have to have a new artificial intelligence that controls the dragon, and that's different than how your troops behave, and normally dragons are controlled by you, so we don't have to take that into account. Then there's, additional effects happening, additional polys on the screen that have to be loaded. There's a whole lot of technical reasons that
Yeah,
this is
so maybe not
yeah.
on defense, but the idea of using 2 dragons or multiple dragons comes
Multiple
up.
dragons
I think that
offensively.
could be interesting.
Where might we see something like that?
I wonder.
Maybe
we
in
we
like
were gonna...
was it Rack and Ruin 3
Yeah,
that campaign
shoot, I
that
think we
just
were supposed to
unlocked
show
this
that
week
off.
that has multiple dragons?
That's a good idea.
It is. It's like such a good idea. Why didn't we think of that first?
Huh.
Well,
Yeah, we were gonna show
You
some
guys
rack and
got
ruin, but you guys can see
got
that
John and
yourselves.
Simon instead. so.
Exactly, which is a much better deal. And Simon's art.
Yeah, that art.
So, question from Batusa 883 RK. Sorry, I can't talk today. Will we be able to upgrade troops at the same time as the blacksmith is upgrading?
It will be the exact same mechanics as before.
No, that hasn't
mechanic.
changed.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed.
Okay. What else? And then XQXXTZ is asking something to do with loyalty points other than Aegis and chest.
So
Question mark?
this has been, we've answered this like 3 or 4 times, I
Yeah,
think. So
I think you're right.
Roll BJ, let's filter out the loyalty points. So basically, loyalty points, the way they work is you get the points for donating or participating in Kingdom League. So there is actually a cap on how many loyalty points you can get. So one of the reasons we don't have more gold with loyalty points is because there would be some players who could never reach that goal if they are in a high level kingdom. So if you join a max level kingdom, you're just not going to get enough loyalty points for us to make anything interesting out of it. So it's really those points and those loyalty chests are really focused at the earlier part of the game, getting you Aegis, giving you something to do with it, making sure that you can get some of the items that are in the loyalty chest, giving you some slight perks to being in a kingdom, but it's not intended for the end game.
And to be fair, the things you get from the loyalty chests will remain. They still remain valuable. So you can still use the Primus. You can still use all the currencies you get from it.
Zenobia 42 is asking, what use are additional troop levels if we can still only upgrade one at a time? When the smith is not upgrading, ? Please consider letting us upgrade 2 at a time when you add levels, which is tying back to
I
the
don't
other
understand. The benefit of the additional troop levels is that your troops get stronger. There's not really a correlation between that and doing it multiple times. They just want to get it stronger faster. That's what they're basically saying.
question. Like the song, yes.
Yeah, like the song. No, I don't think so.
Base configurations. This is a good one, actually. I think it's come up before, but Rebecca's
Yes.
asking if we'll be able to save different configurations in the
I think
future.
it's a good idea. We want to do something like that in the future.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are magma stones going to be useful as Stronghold 16? That's from Franker Spain. And I think maybe we'll do one more question and then we shall wrap.
Are magma stones going to be
No,
useful?
our mages.
Sorry, God. Mages. How did I even see
That
magma
literally
stones?
made no sense the way you read it, so I was very confused. Will mages,
Will mages be useful?
as in spell towers, or the ancient mages?
I think ancient mages, right?
So the
Or
ancient
mage.
mages,
I would
if
imagine they mean
you have not
ancients.
looked at your ancient trials, do have an ascension material, which will probably also show up in other places in the future. And the cool thing that we know is not communicated as well as it could be is that the ancient mages actually do scale the best as spell tower ancients. So that was kind of the initial thinking was we want players to have ancients that they can stick on their spell towers early in the game that are functional. And so that was our initial goal. But then when we introduced the ascension materials, we thought, okay, these guys are going to be really strong in the spell towers later on. And looking at how strong spell towers currently are, kind of gives you a hint as to why we aren't ascending our ancient mages right now. In the future, once Stronghold 16 arrives and defense balances, we see how that goes, and we see how the community feels and all the data. Charmy's beautiful data. We see how many ancients fail to defeat it. You might see more mage ascension materials going out there.
Gotcha. I see why I saw magma stones now. I combined 2 different questions. Mimixa is asking, I can ask all night, can we get some fine-tuning for the dragon in the future? Moving it is too inaccurate now.
I don't really have that issue, do you? Moving
Not
it
really.
So
to
the
I haven't really
issue,
encountered that either.
the only thing I found is that when we move the dragon, we're actually telling the 3D model where to land, but the dragon is located on the map by a line that's drawn kind of to maintain a perspective. The line and the dot that hits the ground ends up somewhere different than where your dragon ends up. And I think that dot where it hits the ground actually defines the targeting. So I can see there is
Oh, well, then that's good feedback.
Yeah, that
Yeah, we'll take
I've
that on
experienced
board.
that discrepancy. I've also had my dragon fly backwards once or twice. But that's just
Yeah,
animations.
maybe it's. Yeah, Mrs. Rogers saying it might be a Taliesin thing because you're a Taliesin user.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
a good.
it's dragon
Yeah, it's a
specific.
good thing
I think
to look
most
into.
I think all the dragons use the same movement mechanics. But yeah, we could definitely look at to
Yeah.
see which part of the dragon is being moved and see
Yeah.
if there is a better choice to choose a location.
All right. I think that's cool for now.
Yeah,
I
it's pretty late.
yeah, I know.
We're all getting like tired.
I know, we're all like, oh. Maybe we'll do three nice prizes to give away, and then we can wrap.
Aw.
We'll have Simon do trivia questions.
Okay. Do I make them up or do I?
Yeah.
So she has to put
can-
2 of us on the spot.
You can choose something to ask from the game.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 quick trivia questions. Actually, let's just do 1 question, 3 winners. Easy peasy.
Let's do it. Wait, is he supposed to decide the prize or something?
Andrew will decide the prize. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to
So
come up
he's
with
thinking,
it right now.
yeah.
That's why he's glaring
I'm
at
trying to
me.
come up with a question right now.
Everyone's gonna start glaring at me.
Whoa, pressure.
So yeah, Simon's gonna think
Go
of a
on.
question. Andrew's gonna think of a prize, and we'll just take the first 3 people who answer correctly will get said prize.
A wild card
Andrew's
ascension.
freebies.
That's a cool idea.
Hmm?
No, keep thinking. Keep thinking.
Don't get distracted.
Yeah. I'm just trying to fill the silence. Mrs. Rogers is on fire.
Literally
She's been
every time
asking a
somebody
lot of
says something
questions.
tonight, like a song pops in my head. Like Alicia Keys was just there. Wait, that is
Why?
the girl is on fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Annoy Andrew, yeah, seriously. They want Mithril Viscaria
We can't give away my throw.
and Free Ancients.
See, exactly.
not
This is why we
Mithril.
can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things.
It's true.
It's true.
Oh, man. Aw, hey, Mrs. Rogers. Thank you for tuning in. Free SH16 upgrade.
Sorry.
Come on, Andrew, be generous.
You guys are funny today.
Yeah, you are funny. Make us laugh. We like that.
Batusai very specifically wants Lupita, so.
Stones. People asking for stones.
We could do some stones.
Yeah, we haven't given away stones in forever, actually.
Sure.
Let's do stones. I like
A
it.
mug.
A mug.
One of these fine mugs.
You can have the one that has like Deb's lipstick stains all over it. That
Oh.
way it's like a mug and it's really weird.
A mug, it's weird, and it's like weirdly autographed with
Yeah.
my germs. I don't think they want that.
Just watch. They're going to say in chat they want it.
All right.
Okay, Simon's ready for us.
Okay. The underrated ancient Nyrax has. What is the name of the defensive power?
Nyrax's defensive power, guys. The name.
No, I haven't got that. It's that one, right?
Hashtag annoy Andrew. It's starting. It begins.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
okay, it's delay, right?
This is a family show, Andrew.
Oh, it's URK. Oh.
What? Sorry. Okay, we've got it. I think.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have a
okay,
winner.
okay. No, Azir was wrong.
I know. it's
Azir was
close,
wrong.
though.
Oh, close. But our first winner. Oh, my favorite. Well,
Your
not my
favorite?
favorite. Sorry, it's my favorite name to say because I always get it wrong. But now I started getting it right. It is Aaron Liu, HK. It used to be like Aaron Luke. It was terrible. But now I've got you. I've got you now, man. So you are one of our winners for Simon's question. Our second winner is M16 Club. Mimixa says, I want Andrew's hoodie. That is not up for grabs.
I told you it would get weird.
And Theseus RE says, curse touchy, which I think we're going to let him get away with.
I thought we said this was a family show.
So, Aaron and Lou, M16, and not Mimixa. God, what was the third one? Theseus, RE. Can you please message Raul? Raul, I hope that's cool if they message you. And can you give them each?
He says that guy always wins.
How many?
I
I know it's because
Is he
he's always
talking about
watching.
Aaron Liu?
He's a dedicated viewer.
He's a fast
And we like
typer.
rewarding our
Fast
dedicated
typer.
viewers.
20 stones?
Oh shit. Okay. So I mean, ooh. Sorry. You're gonna have to
Wow.
mute me now. That's a lot.
He is in a holiday spirit.
Look at him,
everybody.
Santa's come to town after all. It
Father
looks like.
Frost.
Father Frost.
Ah.
Not so chilly anymore.
I wish I could turn your blood into ice.
Unfortunately, don't have that power, but he does have the power to give stones. So thank you very much.
That power kind of sucks.
I think they would like that better than, yeah. So, congratulations, you guys. You've each won 20 stones, thanks, courtesy of Simon and Andrew.
Do I have to do another question?
No?
No, you
Oh, I had a brilliant one.
Oh, you had another one. Well, we can. We can.
Worked so hard on this question.
Oh, okay. Now I feel bad.
I know.
Okay,
Can we
one
give
more.
one more?
No,
One
'cause
more?
it's probably controversial.
What?
Oh.
We'll just make it a trivia, maybe. What percentage of the top 50 alliances are affiliated with a particular country?
What percentage of top 50 alliances are affiliated with which country?
With a particular country.
With
For
a-
example,
And I was like, what?
you know,
They have to name the country, right?
or like China Elite is clearly Chinese, or Pinoy Republic's clearly Philippines. What percentage of the top 50?
Are we
What? That's a very.
So we
okay.
want
Okay.
the one
you
that
want
has the largest
number.
percentage?
No, what percentage? You
What's
take-
the percentage?
There's 50 kingdoms, the top 50.
Yeah.
What percentage of them are affiliated with a country?
It's a math question.
You have to count them on the
Oh.
leaderboard and then.
Do you know the answer?
Yes, that's what I've been sitting here
Oh, I
quietly counting.
see.
Okay,
Okay.
tell us.
Okay, we've got a few answers. 15%, 20%, 35%,
Oh, someone's very
15%,
close.
50%.
They're
I'm
guessing.
just guessing. Count.
Somebody's saying US. China Elite.
You have to count.
64%. 10, 36,
No,
40.
still not there.
No, 11.
Oh, someone's within 1%.
Ooh, someone's within 1%. 25. 5%, 45. Vietnam, I mean,
This might take a while.
it might. America.
I can't actually see any Americans. Unless they're written in Chinese that I can't read.
How do we know the English ones aren't American?
There's
Because
there's,
they don't, like if you're called mercenaries, you're not affiliated with a country, are you?
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I see.
So like
it has
Vietnam
to be.
Legends.
It has to be
Vietnam.
obvious and literal affiliation.
Oh,
Little
I
the
see.
country.
Wallabies.
The country is.
Okay,
The country is in the name.
Westeros ITA doesn't count.
gotcha.
Well,
It's not a real country.
ITA is probably
Italy.
Italy.
Hmm.
There may be a few flaws to Simon's question.
We have to do- yeah, maybe we should. Maybe it's trivia.
Just watch. Also, like they're watching and they're ranking up really hard right now just
Okay,
to change the
basically,
numbers.
just guess the number.
Guess the number.
Oh,
Who had
What
it?
was it?
oh, somebody had it.
Where?
Somebody had it. No.
This way? This
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
Okay, so
There
right.
were-
Oh,
I'll do the maths for you. There were 13 of the top 50, which makes 26%.
so race
there-
Raz.
We're really ending this stream on a high note.
Yeah. that's-
These are the brilliant minds that bring you Rival Kingdoms.
There's a lot of guessing going
That
on.
was-
Did anyone actually go through the leaderboard and count?
Probably not.
Simon wants to know if any of you tried.
They all just went to random.org and typed in 1 through 100 click.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
race cars.
Yeah. Race Carras, you've won yourself.
It might be race car AZ.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
That's why we keep charming around.
Yeah, exactly. Like, actually, no, that's the incorrect pronunciation.
No, wait, no. Did race car guess two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
he's got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so race cars. Can you please ping BJ Can Dive? He will grant you your prize. So just message him your in-game name, your stronghold level, and your kingdom, please. I think everyone else is. Sorry, I'm just checking with Raul to make sure you guys get your prizes.
And I did count Anzac, Australia, New Zealand. Of Australians, I picked
I
that
see.
one up. It was obscure.
Mrs. Rogers, most questions acknowledged without answer. What? As in we weren't able to give you the answer you wanted?
You just ask
Possible.
difficult questions.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of numbers there. Mao, is true.
Okay.
Raul, please say something so they can get your ID. The answer was
What does that
peekaboo
It was 26.
It was 26.
Yes.
And if you think that's wrong, it definitely doesn't have to do with Simon's math. The leaderboard must have changed while we
It
were
must
talking
have
about
changed.
it.
Well, people change their name.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No. Okay, so I think some of you guys are messaging Raul who did not win. So for the first one, it was Aaron Liu, and it was Theseus, and if I can remember correctly, the last
Wow.
one was.
Good memory.
I'll get it.
As soon as she
Ray-
compliments your memory.
Rekka's.
Oh, race cars was for this one.
Mhm.
Race cars, and there was one more from the last one who was. Hold on. Oh, can I remember?
Okay, now we know you have to write it down.
Yeah, so Theseus, Aaron Liu, and there was another one. Crap, I don't remember now. It might come back to me. You know who
might.
you are who actually won.
But that's literally inviting everyone to message him.
No, because you guys forget that this is recorded and I can just scroll back and be like, you liars!
In the meantime, Raul's getting spammed.
Yeah. In the meantime, yeah, tough for Raul. But,
We're
Sorry,
going to
Raul.
turn back time and figure out who the third person was.
oh, hey, Hellspawn, how's it going? Nice of you to tune in. Yeah, third winner, please message Raul. I will remember the name when I see it. So all of you guys who are like, it was me, like I know it wasn't you. I know it wasn't.
This is why we have programmers that write things like leaderboards to handle this kind of thing for us.
Exactly. Oh man, yeah, it was definitely Aaron Liu, Theseus, and I can't for the life of me remember.
Oh
the
no,
other
we're
one.
just gonna check later.
Yeah, we'll check later. Don't worry, you
Yeah.
will get your stones. So I don't remember. Yeah, Theseus, I can't remember either. Oh, M16 Club. Thank you, Raul. That was the one. Yes.
Oh,
There we go.
yes, it was
It
me.
was you, and you weren't lying.
Oh.
Yay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all that team effort, letting us know who won.
Oh my god.
Me
Okay.
Pawns, you're lying. It's not. Raul, don't listen to him.
Okay.
Okay, so next week, make sure that you guys tune in because we're doing a bunch of Stronghold 16. We'll run you through what you can do with it on defense and how you might have to change your attack strategy as well. We'll show off more of the pretty castle. We'll take your questions. Andrew's going to wear a Stronghold 16 hat, which I have to make still. So I'm basically going to make something really shoddy maybe, and then he'll have to wear it anyway. So it's going to be
If it's really bad, I'll just make you wear it. So
No, it's...
That's not how it works.
No.
they'd rather see you wear it anyways, I'm sure. Like,
I don't think so.
yeah, you'll see. Once the delay, they'd rather see Deb wear the hat.
I don't think so.
Remember,
'Cause
I'm the one that
the
gives
whole
out stuff,
hashtag annoy Andrew is still...
but I give out the stuff.
You do give out the stuff, but only
So-
after I make you do it.
Well, maybe if they help me embarrass you, I'll give out more stuff.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, okay. Oh, the tables have turned.
Get a room. Get a room, you two.
Andrew with the hat, Raul says. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Raul doesn't count.
Well, you're not
That's not fair.
Alphabetic
Oh,
Achilles
no,
says,
Mrs.
Deb's
Rogers.
oopsie is my new ringtone. Uh-oh. Great. Shawnee says, Andrew, you better wear the hat. They're on my side. Hashtag annoy Andrew.
No prizes ever again.
You'll
Nothing.
get prizes, don't worry. You will.
All events for December are canceled.
Christmas
Simon's like,
is
no.
canceled.
Meepon says, Andrew.
Okay, we're done.
Thanks, guys. Now we're just rambling nonsense.
Yeah.
So, thanks again very much for all of you for tuning in. We had a lot of fun. Had a great time. Thanks for Simon for stopping by.
Thanks for the questions.
Yes. Thanks to John for stopping by. And yeah, thanks to you guys.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. GMT, right here. Don't miss it.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.